So let's take a look at this chart. Okay, now, and let's check the main information about this chart. Now, this graph below shows the differences in wheat exports over 3 different areas. So let's write or speak a report about this one, describing the information shown below. Okay, this is the chart that we have to speak about. Now, wheat exports from 1985 to 1990. This is it. 1985 to 1990. In millions of tons. This is it. These are the millions of tons that we are talking about these areas. Okay?
Yeah.
Or not these areas. Let me say that here the millions of tons that we have. Now, the areas that we have is Australia. This is number 1. This is the first area, which is in the blue color. The second one is Canada, which is in red color. And the final one is European Community, which is in the green color. So these are the 3 different places I have to describe in my image. Now, let's take a look at the exact answer. And please, I want to show you how should I speak in general. Then the way that I have to go into details, and don't forget, I have to give this answer in only 40 seconds, and I can do it. 40 seconds is really enough time just to speak or to give a full answer. Some students say that the 40 seconds is not enough to speak or to give a full answer. Yes, you can. The 40 seconds is really enough. Now, let me show you the correct description about this graph or chart. Now, this line graph, notice how I named this graph. Comparing is to look about what? About similarities and differences. Compares the 3 regions. These are the 3 regions that we have. In terms of what? Exports. This is it. About what? Of wheat. Of wheat between these 2 days. These 2 dates. So these are the main ideas. This is the main information I have to speak about, and this is the general information. So notice how I give the general information only in 1 sentence. You took, Ali, 30 seconds to give the general information. Please. Only 1 sentence, 2 sentences maximum just to talk about the general information. Now, overall, the 3 regions experienced different trends in the time period. While the wheat exports in Canada and European countries rose with some fluctuations, okay, now I'm comparing and contrasting, the export in Australia fell over time. So this is Australia and fell over time. We notice that it is not in Canada and European Community because we have not falling down but raising up by passing time. Okay, now I have to go into details. As the graph shows, Australia's wheat export figure started at 15 million tons. This is it. Now I'm talking about what is Australia. This is it. 15, this is it. 15 million tons. Now, in what date? In 1985, this is it. In 1985. Followed by a small increase. This is it. Small increase in this date. Around 16 million. This is 15, small increase. So this is what? 16 million. Or 16 million tons in what date? As we said, in this date. So this is it. Then it declined. This is it. Decline. Falling down. Then it declined steadily. Steadily. Okay. Until it fell to just over 10 million tons. This is it. 10. Approximately 10 million tons in what? In 1990. So I finished now talking about what? I finished talking about Australia. Now I have to talk about Canada. Now, regarding Canada's exports, okay, in 1985, this is it. I started in the beginning. they shipped approximately 19 million. This is it. Canada is in red. It is not exactly 20, but it is 19 million tons of wheat. Now this figure fell to, this is it, fell to, okay, to what? About 17. This is it. If you want to try to check the exact amount, it is 17. 17 million or millions in what? In 1986. This is it, 1986. Then, okay, the exports experienced considerable growth. This is it, growth, raising up. Okay, to 25 million tons. This is it, 25 million tons. This is it. In what date? In this date, 1988. This is it, 1988. Afterward, the figure plunged to about or below 15 million in 1989. This is it, 15 million. In what date? In 1999. This is it. This is 15 million approximately. If I want to say 14 millions, it is okay or correct. But then subsequently rose, this is it, rising up to just under 20 millions in 1990. This is it, under 20, not exactly 20, but under 20 millions in 1990. So finally, now I have to talk about what? I have to talk about European community. Let me zoom the page out. I know that the picture will be a little small. You can zoom the video in just to check the words. Okay, now by contrast, now I'm looking for what? I'm looking for differences. Comparing is to look for what? To look for similarities. Now by contrast, the wheat exports from European community, now I'm talking about European community, okay, experienced an increase in the 6-year period. In what date? In the first date. Okay. Now, in 1985, nearly 16 million tons, okay, were exported. So 16, this is, I'm talking about the European community, this is at 16. Not exactly 15, okay, were exported. But this number fell to about just to be 14 millions in 1986. This is it. Then the exports increased to exactly 15 million tons. Okay, this is it, increased in 1987 and 1999. This is it. 1988, sorry, this is it. Then in 1988, before witnessing a steady growth to 19 million and 21 million tons in 1989 and 1990, respectively.